Hey there, it's Aunt Carla, and welcome to the new moon in Scorpio deep dive phase of the Great Witch Lock-In. In other words, we are brought to you today by Scorpio. Scorpio energy is intense. It's deep, it's transformative, sometimes uncomfortable, but always meaningful. And this week it showed up in my life in a very literal way. So let me tell you the truth. I've been dealing with major dental emergency this week. Multiple abscesses, swelling, pain, swollen lips. Look, I am not camera ready. And before the dentist can treat anything, I have to spend like a whole week on antibiotics, these big old horse pills. And as uncomfortable as this is, it's also the most Scorpio thing ever. It's a shadow rising to the surface that cannot be ignored, and it demands to be healed. Scorpio doesn't just tap you on the shoulder. She grabs you by the collar. She says, we are shedding this today. And what was the shadow that I was shedding? Well, if you remember, my stop page in my Uncommonplace book was all about breaking my addiction to Pepsi. And honey, the universe said, oh, you're serious? Bet, let's do it. So now, just pain and everything, Pepsi and I have broken up for good. I am literally sharing this from the depths of shadow work, antibiotics and all. This is why Scorpio season is so powerful for the lock-in. Your I'll deal with it later habits, your numbing behaviors, your coping mechanisms, your self-sabotage. Scorpio puts the truth right in your face. Not to punish you though, but to free you. So let's talk about the new moon in Scorpio and why this one is unusual. The new moon in Scorpio arrives very late in Scorpio season this year, which means we're receiving a final exam, a last deep dive, a last purge before the energy shifts. Luckily, tomorrow, November 22nd, the sun is entering Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is a whole new vibe. Expansive, visionary, future-focused, optimistic, big picture energy. And this is when we aim the arrow towards what's next. And it's the perfect energy to take everything you've learned, everything you've released, everything you've survived, and zoom out. Look at the horizon and say, okay, so now what do I want the rest of the year to look like? The Scorpio deep dive purges the poison, and Sagittarius opens the window and lets the fresh air in. So it's not too late to start. So if this is the first time that you're hearing about the Great Witch Lock-In, or you're thinking, oh my God, I'm just hearing about this, it's still not too late to start. We're in the final stretch of the year, and I need you to hear this clearly. A lot can happen between now and December 31st. You can change a habit, start a project, break an old pattern, build new momentum, set new standards, embody a new version of yourself. Lord knows I'm getting one started, whether I want one or not, but at the very least, you can begin. And that is why the Great Witch Lock-In exists. It isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself every day with that keystone ritual and that one baby step of progress. One magical step, one mundane. It's a simple, steady rhythm that changes everything. So if you're hearing about the lock-in for the first time, or you fell off, or you thought it was too late, it's not. You can jump in right now and end your year stronger than you started it. You can get your free quick start guide at redsoulflower.com/lock. It'll get you set up fast so you can begin today. Next, big news, Aunt Carla's Cookbook of Spells. The finalized edition of Aunt Carla's Cookbook of Spells is officially ready and right on track for the full launch on Black Friday next week. I've been designing the last seals, finishing rituals, and polishing the book. And I'm just so excited for it. And until Black Friday, it's only $13. It's a lucky 13 blessing. So get it now. So grab it at redsoulflower.com/new. So speaking of Black Friday, can't have Black Friday without Thanksgiving. I want to add my little 2 cents on Thanksgiving because it carries a lot of complicated painful history, especially when we consider what happened on this land. But it's also important to remember that our ancestors have celebrated the harvest for thousands of years, long before the Mayflower, long before the colonial narrative. The act of gathering, sharing food, giving thanks, and celebrating community, that's ancient. So if you're enjoying a feast with loved ones this week, I wish you warmth, joy, nourishment, and connection. Honor your ancestors, honor the land, honor the harvest. Celebrate in a way that feels aligned for you. So, the Scorpio new moon, it may feel intense. It may feel raw or emotional. It may crack something open. But that's exactly what prepares you for Sagittarius season, where you will rise, expand, and cast your arrow toward a new horizon. So whatever shadow you're facing, whatever habit you're breaking, whatever truth is surfacing, you're not doing it alone. You're transforming. And always remember, you are magic.